Welcome, friends. My name is Silas Ollegario, and I'm the host of Think Onward, a podcast about books, studies, productivity, and lifestyle. Now, after the intro. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Think Onward. That's so great. I love having you here, and I don't know where you are, what you're doing, but I love that you're here listening to me, taking your time to listen to some guy talking about some random stuff. But although these things are random, I do believe they are somehow helpful in any way. And I have to say one thing. I've decided not to take too long on the podcasts. Maybe around 30 minutes is a good time. I'm not a famous guy. People don't know me, don't know my name. I have just a few downloads every week. And so I don't think it's too interesting to listening to someone talking a lot about themselves and for a long time. So I'm going to try to keep straight and to keep focus on the subject, and also to have this kind of, I'm going to be looking at my clock. That's it. That's what I mean. And today's episode is weird for me because I want to talk about something that is quite new for me. It's a new feeling. It's a new even if the feeling is not new, just the idea of talking about it is, you know. And as you can probably know already by the title, I'm going to talk about anxiety and how I've been struggling with it for the past. It's not a long time, okay, but for me, it's very weird again. For the past 3 weeks, anxiety has been part of my life, and it's very weird, very weird. And I say it's weird because my wife struggles with it for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean years. And Rebecca, she used to go to therapy. She got better, and today she basically does not struggle with it anymore. Although sometimes we have episodes of this, but now for the past 3 weeks, I've been having it. And today, specifically, it's been a very, very complicated day for me. As you know, I release this podcast every Wednesday, and this podcast today, I am recording on a Wednesday. And I was not going to talk about this, but I decided, you know what? Let me just take these things out of my chest. It's important to let these things out, yeah. And I want to explain how I'm feeling and why the reason I think I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. But again, before I go any further, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I don't know what you're doing, where you are, but I really appreciate the fact that you're here. And this is our episode number 15, I think, and it's great. I love doing stuff consistently, you know, and I think I've been able to deliver consistently, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of interesting. Remember, you can listen to this podcast wherever you are listening right now, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, but also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, in case you don't know. It's just my name, Silas Ollegario with double L. And I've been uploading the podcast episodes there as well. So you can, in case you are working and you just want to play something on YouTube and listen to something, sometimes interesting, sometimes not that much, but you can. I have an entire playlist there. As long as of course, with other videos I've been posting there about different stuff, about music, about reading, of course, and about productivity, but about TV series, about movies, and anyway, go check that out, okay? So let's go. The struggle with anxiety. I'm gonna. I'm not gonna be beating around the bush very much. I want to go straight to the point. Basically, the reason I think I've been feeling so anxious about stuff, and about one thing specifically, is this whole moving to Canada thing. Moving to Canada is something that I've been planning since 2014, and well, it's 2021, and I'm still in Brazil. So when you're planning something for 7 years and you're still planning or still feeling like, oh my God, I'm not gonna go. Where am I going? Please. Of course, during this time I had to work, gather money. In the meantime, I met Rebecca. We shared the same dream. That's why we got married, because we found out this spirit of dating. We love each other, and we had the same dreams, the same purpose, and the same idea of moving to Canada. And getting married was just the perfect call, and we can wait to raise our family there. But then we had to save money for the wedding, because we decided not to have a small wedding. We had a big wedding, a huge wedding, I'll say. We spent a lot of money, and but that was, look, I don't regret, not even for a second, because I think life have these stages that we have to go through, especially both of us growing up wanting to have a big wedding, and we had the wedding of our dreams with the honeymoon of our dreams. We spent a lot of money, but it was okay. We were already planning on going to Canada. Rebecca, she did not speak English back then. We got married in 2017. So in 2014, 2015, when we started dating, she started studying English, and then we started saving money to get married. We did get married, was great. Then we started saving money and preparing to go to Canada. And when I say go to Canada, what I mean, the entire process of immigrating to another country is difficult. I mean, it takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of everything. I mean, imagine maybe you're not part of this. You have no idea how it is to live away from your family, but it's a decision that it should not be taken very easily. I mean, you should really think about it. You should really think about what you want, the way you want stuff, and that's what happened with us. Rebecca and I, we decided that we want to have a certain way of life that in Brazil, unfortunately, we cannot have, and for many reasons, political reasons and society reasons and cultural reasons, and I don't know. We just feel, again. I don't want to be rude in terms of this, but I love my country. I love Brazil. I love my city. I'm from Porto Alegre, which is the southern. Porto Alegre is the main city in the southern state of Brazil. I love my city. I don't live in Porto Alegre anymore. I live here in Brasilia, which is the capital of the country. And I love this country, but I don't think for my future, the profession I chose, for the family Rebecca and I want to have, I don't think this is the country for us. And well, we might be wrong, but I'm only gonna know if I'm wrong once I leave Brazil and arrive in Canada and live my life there. Then okay, it was a mistake, or it wasn't a mistake. I got the correct move. And so the decision of going to Canada is something that you should be really careful. And I don't mean just Canada, but if you're leaving your country, if you're leaving, I don't know, the U.S. to go to England, it's something I have to think about. And in our case, living Brazil, which is a developing country, to go to a first world nation like Canada, different language, really different culture, and different weather. And it's something, and live like 1,000 miles, 10,000 miles away from your family. It's something that you have to think about. And we decided. We have the support from our families. Both sides of our families are very supportive, and they are helping us. And when I say they're helping us, they are praying for us and, expecting things with us. So throughout this whole process, we had to translate documents and get documents from universities and from high school. And, but the most difficult thing Absolutely, for certain, the most difficult thing in this entire process is to save the money. And why I say that? The money in Brazil real is very, it's nothing compared to the American dollar or to the Canadian dollar. Just as an example, one Canadian dollar is over 4 reais, which means that everything that we make in Brazil is just 25% in Canada. It's 20% in the US, and it's 15 to 10% in in England. Just so you have an idea. So, in case you're listening this from Canada or from the US, imagine you in Brazil. If you make like $5,000 a month in Brazil, will be 4 times this much. So that's the difficulty when you have to save money in a country where everything is difficult. And I think for the last 3 weeks, that's basically my concern. Um, I've said this in the previous episode about studying at the university in Calgary in Canada from Brazil. And when I say from Brazil, is because last year in 2020, there was this opportunity of starting university already while it's still staying in Brazil because of COVID, the restrictions, the border was closed. It's still closed, but it was really close last year. So the Canadian government decided to that the international students could start their education from their countries because everything was going to be online anyway, so there was no problem. And there was a kind of a relief in terms of the whole process of becoming a physician, because if you didn't know, I'm on my path to becoming a doctor, and it's a long path, it's a long journey, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. And so starting the studies from Brazil was something very, very nice that was possible. But we had 1 month, 1 year to prepare ourselves and gather the rest of the money, because every week it seems like every week the the amount of money we need is increasing because dollar is just going up and up and up. And just so you know, we need $16,000. I'm sorry, almost $17,000 plus $10,000 of the tuition to be in our bank account before the application of the visa, and it's a lot of money. We already sold the car. We already did what we had to do, but we are still falling short of the money. And we have the possibility, maybe this Friday we'll have the money completely, because there are so many rules. You cannot have bank loans to have the money. You need to have this money, needs to belong to you. So it makes things very complicated. We don't come from wealthy families, not even wealthy, but our families, they don't have money to help us and to spare some cash, so we can go to Canada and fulfill our dreams. So everything has to be ourselves, and this is causing me a lot of anxiety because, I'm already I was accepted already at the university, and in September I need to be there. But more than this, I need to finish the entire process of application for the visa until May 15th. So I still have 10 days. So in theory, we have 10 days to have the complete amount of money, which is okay. I'm the kind of person who believes everything. I'm the kind of person who believes things until the end. But as of today, we still don't have it. And I know I'm opening too much about my personal life, but I figure that I don't care. I think that if you're listening to me, if you're paying attention to these conversations I have with people, and if you're paying attention to the episodes I'm talking by myself, I'm talking to you, but by myself. I think that I kind of feel like we're close, and I kind of feel like there's no problem sharing this kind of stuff. And again, I don't have as many followers as some people have, and so I don't. It's not a lot of people are gonna listen to this episode, or that are gonna listen to this thing that I'm saying, and the people who are going to listen to this are the people who I have no problems sharing with. But that's it. Basically, that's the reason I've been feeling very anxious for the past 3 weeks, and just when you have a dream that is so close, but you still are missing some details, and you don't know what to do to fix those details that are missing. So I've been dreaming about becoming a physician ever since I was 12 or 13 years old. So it's been over 20 years. And at this point that I'm so close, I'm already, I was accepted at university as a pre-med student. That's great. Mount Royal University is a great university in Calgary, Canada. And I was accepted. They want me. They accepted my grades from high school, and they accepted everything. And now it's just very difficult because I just need to be there in 3 months, 3 to 5 months, 3 to 4 months, so I can start. And now at this point, we need to arrive early in August until the middle of August because as of right now, Canada still has the restrictions for people who are arriving in the country. So they have to go through 14 days of quarantine. So I cannot arrive. The classes start, I think it's September 6th or 7th. I cannot arrive there in the first day of September, for example, because I need 14 days of quarantine. So I need to arrive at least in the last 2 weeks inside of the last 2 weeks of October. So I have time to go to university normally, COVID free, and and hopefully soon COVID vaccinated. But that's another topic for another podcast, maybe another video. The thing is that these things are bringing me so much anxiety. So it's so difficult to go through something. And I'm not the kind of person who wants to cry over stuff. I don't think I get sad, but today, and the reason I decided to change the subject and the topic of this conversation, the topic of this podcast, is because today I just woke up feeling very weird, feeling that what, I need to share this and open up my heart and my mind to these things and to these ideas, and I like having a podcast also for this. You never know who is listening. You don't know what people are going through, and if people are going through the same things, and if people are listening and wanting to have someone that share the same things that they do. And I don't know. It's very overwhelming, this entire process, and I just anyway. It's not that I don't believe things are gonna happen. It's nothing to do with this. It's just because when you don't see things happening. No, I'm being unfair. I see things happening. I see, and my wife and I, we are believers. We believe in God and believe His miracles, and we've seen everything He's done for us ever since we were still dating, and the entire getting married thing. Our wedding was a miracle, and the size of our wedding, and the fact that we paid for everything, and now He's still doing. I can see it. We can see it. But at this point, I'm. It's so close. I'm so waiting for something else, and I'm praying every day, so the opportunities present themselves. They are clear, and I'm also. The thing is that I'm worried with the timing. Universities, they have deadlines, and applying for the visa is something that it's not in 2 days and you're done. It takes weeks. So I need to apply for the visa until May 15th, and then you're gonna have to wait for the approve for the visa to be approved, and then buy the tickets and then move. And we have to like arriving in Canada around August 15, 17, whatever. And this entire thing is making me anxious. And I've been trying to, for the past year, basically since the end of 2019, I've been trying to be a very productive person. I have some habits that I created, some habits that I've changed, and basically, and everything was intentional. Um, I've been doing stuff more consistently, like going to the gym. I gained a lot of weight in the last 10 years, and I decided, you know what, I'm done being fat. I don't feel great myself. My wife doesn't complain. Nobody talks. Nobody says anything to me. But I'm not feeling great, so I'm going to the gym and I'm working out. And I'm now at this point. I'm trying to have a better diet and eating better. Eating real food, not just focusing on processed and extra processed and really processed food. But it is a, as you know, it is a very long process. But again, what I mean by that is that today I woke up. Today's Wednesday, and on Monday and on Tuesday, I didn't go to the gym, and the gym is in my building. Uh, I know something. I know what I have to do, but I just when it's time to do it, I just don't feel like it. And I know one of the reasons we have to be productive is because when you have good habits, we do it even though we don't feel like it. And I'm not this kind of person. I'm not gonna do it because I don't feel like it. I was like this when I was when I was a teenager, but I'm not like this as a man. But this last week, oh my God, it's been like this so much, and yeah, I know you're gonna pray for me and you're gonna hope for things to get better. But basically, I also think I also know that you might be going through something like this as well. Anxieties, anxiety, depression, panic attacks, this kind of stuff, they are so real. And one of the things that happened in 2020 is that people actually found out that these things are more serious than they thought. And the reason is, we used to think only a few people had these kind of problems, but now we notice that all of us, we are all subjects to the same thing. And it's something that we have to be, always taking care of our minds and taking care of our bodies and our friendships and people who are around us, and taking care of what we are consuming in terms of reading, in terms of watching, in terms of listening. This is so important. And the reason maybe I decided to record this podcast with this subject today also, besides the fact that I wanted to open my heart and my mind, is because I know people are going through this kind of stuff. And by listening to someone sharing their journey through this, I believe this kind of stuff, they bring us hope, and they bring us, sometimes they bring us joy, not because we feel joy in other people's problems, no, but because we kind of feel like we're not by ourselves. There are other people going through this, and you're definitely not alone. You're definitely not alone. It is a journey. Life is a journey, and it's not a easy journey. It is a complicated one. But being with people, doing stuff that we enjoy, uh, any kind of stuff that we enjoy, it is important for our mental health. I'm going as soon now that I'm finishing the subject. I want to say that I'm going to the gym today. I'm gonna have a nice lunch. I'm gonna have hamburgers with my wife, and then from a place that we love. I'm gonna go to the gym around 3 p.m. today. Then I'm gonna come back and then watch the Champions League game with Real Madrid. Stuff that I enjoy. Maybe I'll watch a movie later. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Share your stuff with people who are gonna not judge you, but people who are going to listen to you and maybe try to help you with the best of their abilities. And anyway, if this wasn't a very happy episode, I apologize, but I still believe it was an important topic to talk about. But again, at the end of the story, I always say the same thing: keep thinking onward, keep thinking, that the best is yet to come. And I hope you have a great Wednesday, a great week. And next week I'm gonna be here, so much happier. Yeah, but before that, on Saturday, there's a new video on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. And that's it, guys. Have a great week, and see you next time.